Hi, everyone, and welcome to your monthly unicorn guide energy reading. I am doing this for the month of October, as I do one each month, but technically the messages are timeless. So whenever you are watching this video, you're meant to watch it, okay? As always, we have three piles. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Pile 1 is the whiskey card, number 41. Pile 2 is shape-shifting, number 35. And pile 3 is cacao, number 5. So whatever artwork, card, title on the card, or number call to you, then that's the pile that's meant for you. And if you feel called to more than one pile, you can certainly watch more than one pile. All right, I'll see you in your selection. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1, this card, whiskey number 41. I have to tell you, since I've been using it started with Mabon, which is technically this deck from Seasons of the Witch Oracle, but I've kept them for the Halloween season, for October as well. This card has come out over and over again, and it's the same thing. She is sitting down there with these whiskey barrels, and she's testing, is it ready yet? And what I want to say is patience, patience. Now, this is just one card, but let's look at what it says. Life should be sipped slowly with intention. Be patient as the vision reveals itself. Now, I'm not going to lie, you guys. I have been saying to Spirit, really? The same card? Over and over again, but you know what? The messages are the messages. So I'm just going to set this aside, pile 1, before we get started. Unicorns are the lead hand here today. It is their energy here on their themed decked cards. We also have Halloween Tarot in here for the month of October. But what I want to say is the unicorn energy is working with God Source Universe, with your other spirit guides, your ancestors, the angels, okay, or whomever it is for you. They work with energy. They work with everyone to spread energy and love, okay? So let's look at the first set of cards. We have strength. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in this situation. And it has the black unicorn here. And what I want to say, but look, even as the light shines in, look how he is even lightening up, okay? I just want to mention that on the card. But maybe for some of you in pile 1, you've been going through some trying times. And they're just here to say to you, while it may not seem like it, whether it's just happening, or going to happen, right? It will not feel like it in the moment at the time. That this is going to make you stronger. You may not be able to see any of the gifts in the situation, or you may not feel like you're going to get to the other side, but they're saying you are. And with that, we have 2 of pumpkins. Okay, I love this. 2s are about balance. 2s are about choices. And with the 2 of Pentacles, it's making the choice, okay, to get to the other side. Only when you get to the other side will you see the gifts in the situation, and that may not. In other words, what lessons did you learn for your highest good, okay? You may not see them right away. It may take a little while for you to see any blessing in what you've been going through. And if it's not you, you could be involved. It could be, remember, these messages can be about the energy surrounding you. So it could be you going through something very trying with a family member, okay? Or a friend, or in your workplace, or heaven only knows where it could be in your life. But it doesn't necessarily have to be you. It could be something you're going through with other people as well, okay? You can look at it however you need to, wherever it is you're calling on strength. So call on the unicorns to fill you with love and compassion and healing energy and strength, okay? And just know that your part in this, all right, because we always have to do the work as well, your part in this is to try to find the balance. Somehow in some way, make the choice to try to find the balance. If you just start with that, you will see things starting to improve, okay? Just try to get things balanced as you're moving through it. And you will find out on the other side, just like there were blessings of some sort or gifts of some sort, lessons, that you also will be stronger. But I know, look, everyone goes through it when you're in the moment, or in the moment even in someone else's situation. It certainly doesn't feel like it. But this is them coming in to say, we've got you. All we ask you to do is try to find the balance, okay? So if that's in making decisions between heart and mind, if that is just maybe trying to help while someone else is in the situation and you're maybe coming over and cooking meals for them, or you come over once or twice a week and do the laundry, that type of stuff, right? You can help others to find the balance. But I just feel like what they're saying here, it's your job to be patient and find the balance. Let's look at the next set. Okay, we have soul purpose. Act on your soul purpose today. Number 29 would become a master number. I like that. That's starting out on your soul journey. And what's the guy doing here? It's almost like he's out for a walk and he's reading something. So it's like he's out on his path, maybe even his path unbeknownst to him, doing his soul purpose, and he's not even aware of it. Or he's reading something that is triggering something in him to go, oh, maybe I need to look into this. This would probably be a good idea for me to look into this. It may be that that's how you're going to discover your soul purpose. For some of you, maybe you already have an inkling of what it is, and you'll read or see something or be walking somewhere and see something, and it will just snap for you, and you'll be like, that's the missing piece. With the Three of Ghosts here, I want to say, does your soul purpose have something to do with other people, right? Maybe you are going to be doing this as a group of people, or you are going to have to rely on people to help get you up and running or start it, whatever it is. Maybe these will be people that you will go to for advice. Either way, in the end, there will be celebration between you all, because something good is going to come of you getting on your soul path and starting it today. And like I said, you may not know right now exactly what it is. This could mean you need to get out in nature and just take a good long walk and just think about some things. It will be different for everyone. Next, we have not a cloud, fluidity. Oh, I love this, right? No, he's not a unicorn. He's a cloud unicorn. I love saying this with these cards. And it's fluidity. Look at the, I want to say the little fairy here. I can't really see with, what glasses am I wearing? I can't really see that close up, but that's what it looks like. And what looks like a Nemo fish, right? Finding Nemo isn't, Anyway, fluidity, going with the flow. Actually, going with the flow is going to help you find the balance up here in this situation, okay? It is. And that's just being loose and open, not being rigid. You can't find balance if you're rigid. So going with the flow, just kind of letting things go as they need to, okay? Even up here, going out for a walk, maybe going and sitting here with fluidity by some water, being that we're seeing the Nemo fish as well. Maybe you need to get out and connect with water. Maybe there's a fountain in your village, your town, whatever, and maybe you go sit by that, or a stream or a brook, a body of water, whatever it is. And that will help you to connect. But here we have the 10 of Pumpkins as well. And basically, that's just saying, if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to even give it a try, okay? I love that, because I always will say in all of my messages, and if you've watched my channel for a long time, or if you're new, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. But what it does is, there's abundance that is for you, that you deserve, that spirit, God, source, universe wants to give to you. But we need to put a little bit of work in. You know, we need to get to the other side and see maybe the lesson that needed to be learned, or, you know, however you want to think of that, getting on your soul path, this purpose, this lifetime. They will shower you with abundance. It may be in money, it could be in material things, it could be in the way that you feel and the way that your life moves forward in a different way that you never thought would happen. But abundance will come in for you. Last card we have here before we get into, or last set before we get into the tarot for clarification, confirmation, or further guidance, is 33, another master number. You may want to look those master numbers up for you and see how they fit. Okay, you don't make them fit. You just see where the synchronicity is in them to this message that you're hearing. But Cosmic Sapphire, act with humor act with honor and integrity. Speak your truth. And this is like Archangel, oh my heavens, you guys, I'm having a hard time talking. Archangel Michael's shield and sword is kind of what that reminds you of. And the blue is Archangel Michael working here with Cosmic Sapphire. Okay, and see how I'm going to call her horn is lit up here, this unicorn. That is speaking your truth. That is knowing your truth. It is living in your truth. It's acting with honor and integrity. And maybe that's something to take up to this situation. And these things could be coming in and surrounding you. Or like I said, it could already be happening or will happen later on. Okay? But not too far out. Like, you know, I always like to say October, November in this case, like the month we're in or going out into the next. Does it mean it will be solved in that time? Probably not. Okay. For some, yes. For some, no. When we're working on ourselves, it takes time. But what I do want to say here is act with honor and integrity. That may be called upon you in whatever the situation is up here. Okay. And speak your truth. If you are speaking your truth to what your soul purpose really is. So for example, right now, let's say you work at a clothing store. Okay, you're one of the employees at a clothing store. And while you love fashion and while you love clothes and you love interacting with people, you know that it probably isn't really your calling, okay? It's not what your soul's really calling for you to do. So this is figuring out what your truth is and speaking to it, whether it be to other people or whether it's to just yourself. In some cases, it could go back to you may need to speak your truth up here in this situation, okay? Whether for yourself or on behalf of someone else. And we have the 10 of Bats, which is the 10 of Swords. It is time, what I want to say is an individual message here, to lay those swords down, okay? Because technically, you know, in the Rider-Waite, the person's laying there with all the swords in them, and, you know, it's the end of a cycle. So maybe you have been living up until this point in your life where you don't speak your truth, and if you do, it's very seldom or not very often, right? They're saying put that to rest and let's start living your life on your path, speaking your truth. Ooh, lovely message, pile one. And just remember to have patience during all of this. As you're working on yourself or through this situation or trying to figure out, have fluidity, be loose and open, okay? Trying to find out what your soul purpose is. Okay, well, these ones just came out, so we're going to take them. Then, you know what? Just be patient with yourself. Actually, 4 come out. We'll take them all. 1, we have the 7 of Lightning or the 7 of Swords. Okay. We have the 10 of Potions or the 10 of Wands. We have the 5 of Potions or the 5 of Wands. And we have the Page of Potions or the Page of Wands. Well, this is getting some fiery energy here. So let's see. Are they additional messages or do they tie in? So up here with the situation you may be going through, you know what? You could very much feel here like the Five of Potions or the Five of Wands, the card that has been coming out a lot as well, that I call the ant at the picnic, the wasp at the picnic, the just the pain in your butt, okay? It could feel like that right now, and maybe you are feeling like that, but just know that you're coming to the Ten of Wands where you will be laying that down. And it says it right here. You will make it through, okay? And with the Seven of Lightning is, this is interesting. I feel like there isn't any, what I'm hearing is there isn't any way in this lifetime, and it doesn't matter how old or young you are right now, you will find your soul purpose. No one can steal that from you, okay? That just can't be run off, because you will keep feeling pulled towards it. And you may try, we'll go back to you're working in the clothing store, right? You may think, oh, okay, maybe it's this. And you might try something else and you might be no. But each time it's going to be pulling you closer and closer. And this was my experience, okay? So that's what they've popped into my head. You will be just pulled slightly closer and slightly closer to it until you may have tried a couple of different things and then it hits, all right? And with the Page of Potions or the Page of Wands, that is just being inspired to try to find it, to get on the right path, okay? It's knowing that, one, there's limitless opportunities and possibilities and limitless potential for you to find what it is that you need. It's to get out there, it's to discover, it's to have new fresh ideas. Like, look at him, it's like he's pointing and saying there's so much out there for me to learn and know. Okay, so I love those messages, pile one. Let's get one last oracle before we go here. So this is pretty good. I like this reading for you. I feel this up here is a bit dark, okay? And it might be a bit heavy, but you will get to the other side. Remember, the light's coming in and shining on him right here and brightening him up to, you know, black horses, sometimes you look at them and they look brown, like a really dark brown. Or is it that they're a really dark brown and look black? Whichever way, here he looks black, here he looks like a dark chestnut, all right? So let's get one last card and just be open and fluid. And I love that the whiskey's fluid too, right? Open and fluid. You will have celebration and success. Tree of Life, true wisdom and making good choices in life. I said back here, it's a choice. Twos are choices as well. And it's you choose to find the balance. That's the one job I want to say that they're giving to you, is find that balance. So just make the good choices and you will get to where it is that you need to be. All right, pile one, if you enjoyed this, please throw me a thumbs up. I have been saying in my readings that if you watch anonymously, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm happy that you do. But just know that hitting the like button, it's not like Facebook. I can't see who does that, okay? So you're perfectly fine to show support. It helps my channel when you do that. Views and likes. It helps the algorithm somehow to push them out more. So there's that. I already said if you're new, please subscribe. To my regular viewers, hello. Thank you for being here time after time. And if you know someone who may need to hear this message, for inspiration or a bit of guidance, whatever it is in their life, then please be the conduit to pass it along to them on behalf of Spirit. Thank you so much, and I will see you in your next reading. Hi to those of you who chose pile 2, this card, Shape-Shifting, number 35. I'm actually going to read the card because it may tie in with the rest of your reading. We don't know yet. Transformation is not the loss of what once was. It is the evolution of a more powerful self. Shape-shifting. I love that. Okay. I think That may be the first time I've seen that card. So I am using my fall Halloween decks. I hope that you enjoy them. We're going to be looking at Oracle and Tarot here. I have 4 different piles, therefore there could be 4 or more messages in here for you. They may all tie together. They may not. Okay, you take what belongs to you. You leave what doesn't. We're also going to be doing live Tarot and Oracle at the end. So let's get started. Pile 2. And again, anytime you see this, even though I'm doing it the month of October, it's meant for you to see it at that time. First card out is support. Ask for help, get more rest, nurture yourself. Okay, and with that is the Page of Bats. So the Page of Bats, it's kind of funny. They're very adventurous. See, it feels like he's got his little side pack on. He's heading out. He's got his friends with him. He's going out to explore. He's going out because he's curious. He wants to know of new ways to do things. He wants to find new people even to communicate with maybe. He has a real thirst for knowledge. And what I want to say here, pile 2, is maybe that's what you've been experiencing. You're just feeling this pull, like you want to learn more, you want to know more. You're really curious about a number of different things, and you just have new ideas, because bats here in this case, it's air energy or communication, the way you think. But maybe you've been going a little too hard on it, because there's nothing wrong with this. But maybe in order to bring some of those new ideas to fruition, you're going to have to call on support. Okay, maybe again, you've just been going a little too hard. They want you to find, and here's my new word, balance, so that you are getting the rest you need. Okay, that you're taking your breaks, getting the rest you need, literally, in between this, I want to call it just flash of ingenuity that may be going on right now. And remember to nurture yourself. Again, take some downtime, right? You can take a little bit of time. This isn't, they're your ideas. They're unique to you. So you can take a little downtime, or at least have a nice balance between what I want to say, all of this creativity that's kind of going on here, or I don't know so much if it's creativity, but that thirst for knowledge that's going on. And maybe for some of you, you've just been taking course after course after course, and you're like, I need a little bit of downtime. I've done that before, where I've just kind of I've just, kind of burnt myself out a little bit, and you need a little bit of downtime. So I'm going to say that is one of the first set of messages. Next, we have perspective, 23, which is a 5, which I like. Transformation, 3 and 5 is an 8. And what I want to say with that is making good choices to allow yourself to evolve, but also to work hard at it and to be disciplined about doing it, okay? So there's some messages coming in, but here it says, examine your situation from a higher perspective. Here we have the 2 men fighting, okay? They're at odds down here. Higher perspective up here with the unicorn of love, of course. They're shaking hands and looking down, thinking how ridiculous this was. And we have the devil. Sure, you can keep yourself, okay, locked in, or what you feel is locked in or tied to or connected to somehow this negative, nasty, just, it's a horrible energy, okay, to be in. Anything that you can think of negative or just low vibrational, that's this energy here, this fighting, okay? This is actually physical altercation, but it can be less than that. It can be arguing and just word fighting for the sake of fighting and just disagreeing and being a negative Nelly about everything, right? When you realize, when you raise yourself up, remove yourself out, because really it's removing yourself out. This is all ego down here. This is heart-based up here, okay? If you can get your ego and your heart to work together, right? Your soul and your mind to meet in the middle, to work together so that you make the best decisions that aren't all emotional and aren't all ego, okay? That's when you're able to step out of the devil energy here, which is feeling like you can't get out of this because your ego's controlling it. And they're telling you, maybe, for example, you're a tough guy, or, you know, you're the Karen, and you're the Karen that runs around and you tell people like it is, and that kind of thing. And we know, look, we all watch social media nowadays. We're on it right now. Okay, so we've all watched those videos. We've all seen them, and it's to the point of ridiculous, really. So this is the unicorn energy coming in and saying, please, please rise above. Please allow yourself to rise up and see things from a different perspective. Not literally, it really is removing yourself. And you know, say for example, when you have friends, right? And you have friends who are having some sort of issue, and you as the third party are looking at it, and it's clear as day what needs to happen, or it's clear as day what the problem of that's causing all of this. But yet when we tend to be in it, it's not as clear. You know what I mean, right? So remove yourself and look at it like you're from a third party and have that clarity. Imagine that it's your friend or a family member or whoever going through this. And what would you say to them if they asked for your advice? Then you take that advice yourself. Okay. And it is about transforming yourself. See, this card is pulling in and tying in. I love it. Next, we have Not a Peacock Beauty. Well, she's not a regular unicorn. She's a peacock unicorn, see? And it is a beautiful card. With the 10 of Imps. Yeah. I think sometimes when we get in this negative place or this negative energy, it's because we're carrying around these heavy, we'll call them burdens for lack of a better word. I mean, it's a perfect word, but you can call it many different things, where you may just be carrying something for a short amount of time, and it's weighing heavy on you, or you've been carrying it for a long time and it's weighing heavy on you. And they're just saying here, you know what, please lay that down. You can transform. Okay? You can evolve into a more powerful self. You can remove yourself and see things from a third person perspective, right? You can ask for help and find the balance between all of this, you know, thirsty, curious energy, but also nurturing and supporting yourself, or even asking others for help. This is when you're carrying these heavy loads, these burdens, whatever it is that's weighing heavy on you down, you fail to see the beauty. But look at what beauty there is, right? Like, look at this beautiful card. Even up here, when they're realizing, when they're looking at it like from a third party removed perspective, how beautiful is that? How beautiful is everything around us? But when we're carrying these burdens, and that's where our energy's swirling in and it's swirling around us, we fail sometimes to see the beauty that's around us. And it's from the simplest things to the most extravagant things. Oneness. Oh, wow. And the fact it's coming from under this card, I love. Look for the common humanity. Invoke Lemurian light. It's like they're lighting up a grid on the world of love and compassion. And there's light shining down, we can say, from God, source, universe, whomever it is that you go to. And look at the heart chakra lit up. And this is their horn or crown, or you could call it their third eye even. But what I want to say about this card is look for the common humanity in everything you do. And is it difficult sometimes? Absolutely. You know, we are humans. We're trying our best. And that's what they want. Just at least try. Make an effort to shapeshift, to transform. Make an effort to, with an 8 here too, to decide who is it that you want to be. These quarreling people here, not seeing the beauty, just running yourself ragged till you have no more gas left. you know, thinking that you're and being caught up in this negative devil energy? Or do you want to see the peace and beauty and the companionship and the camaraderie, and that you are nurturing and taking care of yourself? And we have the Knight of Ghosts with that. And that really is, I love it because it is beauty. It's your imagination. What do you imagine for yourself? Imagine for the world. Imagine for your fellow beings here on earth. You know, it's when you speak, it's messages coming from the heart. So that could mean that you're speaking your truth, but in a loving and compassionate way, okay? Not in a mean, nasty way. It could be you being the humanitarian here with oneness, where you're trying to find harmony, okay? And communication with others. I love this. And also it has invoke Lemurian light. The Lemurians were known for trying to spread love and light throughout, we can say, the world in their time. And it's said that they're coming back now to help do it again. And they work with the unicorns. And you have to think of the unicorns or Lemurians just like angels, just like your other spirit guides, your ancestors. They as well are all part of God's source universe, just like us, just in a different way. Or it shows in a different way, I guess. We're all divine souls, but it's just they show in a different way, I guess. So beautiful messages, pile 2. I hope that that resonated for you. And what happens is sometimes if you're not going through these situations right in the moment, these could just be energies that surround you, and you know, you may find yourself in a battle with some, whether it's physical, literally, or words, or whatever, however it may be, and it's going to trigger you maybe when it happens to stand up and be the bigger people. Or if you can't make someone else do it, so it may just be you standing up and being the bigger person. Or if you know that you're in this state right now, or this starts to happen, to know what to do. So sometimes these are messages that will trigger you when they actually happen, to go, oh shoot, that's right. That's right, not supposed to be fist fighting down on the ground with people, okay? Pile 2, let's get your tarot here. Clarification, confirmation, further guidance. I feel like it's both of them. See, I was just going to do one. The 6 of Lightning. Oh, I like this because this is you. I want to say here, going from rocky energy to very smooth, comforting, and calm energy. Okay? We also have here the Ace of Candles. This is a new beginning. And because it's the Ace of Candles or Cups, it's all about new relationships with people, love, having love and joy and compassion. It could be romantic for some of you, but I feel that it's kind of tying into this for most. But yeah, it's also being creative too. Let's get one more. And then we'll do an oracle. Strength. Okay. You have the strength to do this. Even if you're kind of feeling like, you know what, I'm tuckered out up here. You know what, I can't see the beauty. These burdens are too heavy. They're saying, yes, you can. You need to call on spirit. You need to call on your unicorn guides here, fairy guides, whomever it is for you, right? We all resonate with different types of guides. And we know that we all come from whomever it is you want to call God's source universe, okay? So this is, I want to say this is you have the strength to do it. You have the determination to do it, okay? You can put the burdens down. You can rest and recuperate and, you know, take time for yourself. You can even mend or mend bridges with people, but you certainly can approach what could be combative situations in a different way by letting go of this devilish energy. Okay, last card here, pile 2, Goddess, healing feminine energy. call on your divine feminine energy. We all have it. It does not matter your gender, okay? Everyone has feminine and masculine energy. This is calling, I want to say, on that energy that's intuitive. This is energy that's nurturing and caring and kind and compassionate. It's the energy that's going to allow you to give yourself and maybe others, but all of those things rather, but also showing yourself self-love and self-care. Sorry, I got a little tongue-tied with that. But beautiful message here. Pile 2, if you enjoyed these or the cards or the reading in itself, please throw me that thumbs up. And I have been saying that, and I'm going to say it for a few more readings just for different people that watch at different times. When you actually hit the like button, it's not like Facebook. I don't see who's liking or not my videos, okay? It's actually anonymous. So if you're watching, I like to call it in fun, in jest, on the down low, then you know what? That is perfectly okay. I'm just happy that you're here getting the messages, right? And that is support in itself. But that thumbs up, that like button helps even more because it helps YouTube to push my videos because they see people are not only watching, but they're liking what they're watching. I know it's all a crazy thing here on YouTube. But you know what? It works. So please do that, I ask. And if you're new, like I said, subscribe. I would love to have you here with my regular people. Hello. And if you know someone who needs to hear these messages, then please pass them along to them. You be the conduit from spirit to do that. All right. I will see you in your next reading. Hi to those of you who chose pile 3, this card, CACAO, with the number 5. As you can see, I'm starting, I'm continuing throughout the month of October to use my fall Mabon and Samhain decks, Halloween decks, different tarots for this month. I hope that you like them. But for right now, I'm just going to read this card because it may end up tying in. I don't know. I picked them randomly, so we'll see. You are loved, you are held, and you are already everything you seek. That right there could be one message for one person, and that's what you needed to hear today, if nothing else resonates, okay? And just know that with my different groupings of tarot and oracle that I'm going to be working with here, that it may be one or two of the cards. It could be all of them. All right. So just be open-minded. Don't try to make it fit. Allow, and I always say allow it to fit because, allow it to resonate naturally, because I watch tarot readings, and you know as well from watching, I'm sure, many different ones, it either the message is either clicking or it's not. And it may be that you need to check another pile out. Maybe you were kind of torn between two and you're like, oh, I don't know. And you pick this one, say, for example, but really, shoot, I should have went to pile 2. Then go to pile 2. It's okay. You can watch more than one. Also, what I want to say is it may just be in some cases where this particular reading today from the unicorn guide energy coming in, God, source, universe, your guides, your angels, your other spirit guides, they all work together. But I say in this case, it's the unicorn cards, their energy, who are the team lead today. But it just, you know what? Maybe this unicorn one isn't for you. You may have to try another. I don't know. I just feel like somebody may need it to hear that because you're unsure of why sometimes it hits great and other times it's like, no, it just meant that maybe you didn't need or have a message for today. And that's perfectly normal too. So let's get to the first set. We have adventure. Love this. Dare to do things differently. Manifest your travel dreams. Move to a new location. Wow. So there's different kinds of adventure showing up there. Is it traveling that you want to do? I certainly am in November. I'm traveling a few different times. Is it daring to do things differently than you normally would, which is being adventurous because you're stepping outside of your comfort zone or your box, or even moving? Are you planning to move? Interesting. 5 of Ghosts. Okay. I really feel like this card here, the 5 of Ghosts, is doing things differently. I feel that's where it's tying in here. Well, actually, it could just be moving in general, okay? Because with the Five of Ghosts, what I feel is you're only looking one way. That's why I first said dare to do things differently. You're only seeing things one way. You're only focused on, one thing or a small group of things. And because of that, you're unable to see what's around you, okay? And if we look at this little pumpkin here, maybe he's really only seeing this one little ghost here, but in all reality, there's still other ghosts around him that could bring help. Or maybe he's focusing on the cat. I don't know. I can't really tell. But he's kind of got his finger up to his mouth like, oh, well, it is what it is. What can I do? I really feel this is telling you need to step out and try things differently. Even if it's vacation, even if it's where you move, okay? Do things differently than you normally would. Instead of having laser focus, for example, if you're planning to move, well, I can only move to this area of the city. Well, maybe if you turned and spun around, you might see there's a couple other areas that would also work for you, right? Or I only go to this country on vacation. But if you spun around, there could be other really great locations with really great deals going on right now. Okay? Let's go to the next card, 24, prompting. Call a friend today with Chariot. I've had this card before and I love it. I feel for some people, here, pile 2, you may be... I don't know. When I look at this guy, I can't tell if he's excited or if I almost feel more like he's calling because he needs support or help in some way. Okay, so if that is you and you normally don't like to call on your friends because that's not what you do, and you don't want them knowing your business, this may be a time that you need to call a friend. And with the Chariot, you may even need to drive to a friend or have your friend literally get in a vehicle and come to you. All right, so if this is you, if you feel that you need some really deep conversation or communication, right? But if you really need someone that you can trust and talk to, call that friend. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. It either will resonate with you or it won't. And you may have to drive to them. They may have to drive to you or travel in some way. But it's also fast travel as well, okay? So in other words, don't procrastinate here. All right, now we have not a Yeti, one of my favorite cards in this deck. No, it's not a Yeti. It is a unicorn Yeti with strangeness. And honestly, this is one of those cute cards for me. I never remember which ones until I see them in a deck and I'm like, oh my God, it's the cutest card. But this card here, strangeness, always puts me straight to uniqueness. It's being unique. It's being yourself. Look. And I love how it's tying into this because it just made me look over there and it's you are loved, you are held, and you are already everything you seek. Don't ignore your own uniqueness. Don't be afraid to be your own unique self, regardless of what other people think. Don't be afraid to be who you are. And with the 9 of Pumpkins, that is success. And most times it's like individual success. So, and what I mean by success, I don't mean stardom, not that kind. I just mean that is you achieving what it is that you want, however it is that you want it, in whatever way or situation it is in your life. But you did it your way. You did it your own unique way. And guess what? You still got there. When other people were maybe criticizing your own unique way. And that could be you yourself or how it is you're doing something. It will, again, be different for everyone. So you know what? Don't stop. Don't give up. You will reach your 9 of Pumpkins here, which is like, it's like self-made, I guess, is another way to say it. And you can be the unique kitty cat unicorn, okay? Who cares what other people think? You are loved. by God, source, universe. You have people in your life that love you, whether it's family, friends, whomever. You are being held and you are who you are and you need to embrace it. 40, Stargate of Lyra. Expand your causal chakra. Enter the unicorn kingdom. Well, your causal chakra is straight up from your, I don't know, it's higher than your crown chakra. It really, for unicorns, it allows you to connect with that higher vibrational energy. Say like 7th, 9th dimensional maybe. Right now here on Earth, we're kind of sitting in 3rd. A lot of people are moving, 4th and into 5th, where we're really able to treat others, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, just working on being that really great person. I like to keep it simple, right? Just keep it simple. You can always read up on this more, but for the intents and purposes of the reading, let's just keep it simple. This is you trying to be that better person. And when you are, that ripples out into the universe. That is why these messages come in. They want you to, because if you are stepping out and going on an adventure in any of the ways we spoke about up here, you're not going to be this kind of sad looking pumpkin. You're going to be happy. That ripples out. You being and allowing yourself to be who you really are ripples out. You calling on others when you feel you're in need, because that could be a bit of a negative or a bit of a shadow energy to come and help, whether it's to help you physically or talk you through something, that will ripple out. And here they're saying, yes, please do it. Expand that. Try to connect to that higher energy, right? It says enter the unicorn kingdom. In other words, that energy can come down and meet you. And we have that with the 7 of ghosts. I love this. It's like there are many different choices that you can make in life, okay? Sometimes we make good ones, sometimes we make bad ones. All right, there's a mixture in there of good, bad, not so good, not so bad, really awesome, whatever, okay? This is you making the choice to do something really good. Okay, so that's where I want to leave that. I hope that this was resonating with you, pile 3. And you can see that these energies, they may be happening right at the moment. It could be something that comes up later. It could be something that triggers you here. You know that something could come up where you have a really, maybe it's a tough decision to make. And you remember back to this reading, and that's what these readings are about, for you to remember back to for guidance. Like, yeah, you know what? I do have a choice. I can either make some bad or not so good choices, or I can make good ones that are going to help to raise my vibration, my energy, right? Happiness, whatever it is, joy, and that spreads. That made me think of, oh, wow, who was it? The Christmas movie Elf, right? Wasn't it when he sang and everyone could hear and have good cheer or something? But you understand the point of that. And there could be a situation come up where somebody's really going to be on you about that is not a good, or even here, not a good way to do that. That's, you need to do it the tested, tried and true and tested way. Don't you dare be creative and inventive and step out and try something else. But this is saying, no, you do. If you feel it in your gut, right? If you're feeling it, or here, you may find that there's a situation where normally you wouldn't call on the friend, and you're going to remember back and go, no, somehow if I call on my friend here for support, it's going to help in some way. So that's kind of the main idea behind it, right? And that's with any reading that I do or any reading that you watch. There's no guarantee that anything is going to happen. It's you making it happen, right? And then what I love is somewhere along the line in these readings, they'll come out and tell you, look, if you're willing to do this and work on this, there's going to be success for you in the end, right? You know what I equate it to? And I have to say this because this is going to ring true for someone. The way I was trying to explain it, if you think about it, because I grew up going to Sunday school and church, if you think about it, what is the whole premise for me of Sunday school and church? Well, one is to know Jesus, to know God, etc. Yes, I understand that. But if you are a good Christian, if you treat, it's everything we talk about here in spirituality, or at least I do anyway, and maybe it's because of my mix, right? But if you do good unto others, if you are the best person you can be, if you try to work on yourself, get on your path, does it mean you're perfect? No. Does it mean you don't ever fail or trip up? Absolutely not. But it means that you're trying. You're trying to learn who it is that you really are, connecting back to God, source, universe, or whomever it is for you. And in Christianity, with the church, it's, and then you will go to heaven. That's your reward. That's your reward, because when you die, you've done good. You're not going to go to hell. You're going to go to heaven. So kind of maybe think of it in that way, right? Like or it's another way to think of it, or someone needed to hear it that way. And when we talk about it here, it's you will be rewarded with abundance, whatever that may be in your life. We have the 7 of pumpkins. That is you planting those seeds in your life for who it is that you want to be, making these changes, right? Having a plan if you're moving or want to do things differently or going on vacation, plant those seeds, because maybe for some of you, you can't afford it right now, but you plant the seed now, you nurture it, you watch it grow. And that seed could be how you put money into the bank every month to save up for that trip or for that move. Here we have the 8 of candles, which is the 8 of cups. It's you walking away from what no longer serves you. It's allowing yourself, or think of yourself as being stuck and just staying there, where someone told you, yeah, you're weird, your unique ideas, your unique self is no good, and so therefore you never reach your 9 of Pentacles, because you don't walk away from that negative talk or energy, person, whatever it is. You don't walk away and say, oh, I was going to say frig you, but okay, I'm saying it. There you go. I can be my own unique self and do this. It's walking away. And we have the Empress. Oh, I love it. So we're talking about planting those seeds, your wishes, your dreams, whatever it is. And then, I'm sorry, you guys, I can't tell sometimes if this is crooked on camera, and I think it is sometimes, so apologize. But this is the Empress. She is everything, right? She is able to manifest whatever it is that she wants. She's loving and caring and nurturing. She is she's like the mother hen, but in the most perfect of ways, okay? So take on that energy. This is what I want. This is what I want to manifest. This is what I want to achieve, and I'm going to get there. All right, pile 3, awesome. And this Empress could be coming in this car or on the other end of that phone. Or in some cases, it could even be you being the Empress for a friend, okay? But I do feel, for the most part, it's you calling someone into you. Because you need a little nurturing and a little caring and a little love and kindness. Last card we have here, successful career, a happy working environment, pay raises and promotion. There may be a message someone needs to hear. Okay, so if you came in hoping to hear that message, well, there it is. There it is. All right, I love it. That's a great message to end on. And if you don't work, that's okay. It just means that you're going to find success and happiness in other areas of your life. And maybe money is still going to come in some way unexpectedly, okay? Or abundance in some way unexpectedly. Pile 3, if you enjoyed this reading, please throw me a thumbs up. I have been telling piles, and I'm going to do it for my next few videos, for people who may not see every video, okay, that your like, the thumbs up here on the channel is anonymous. So if you want to remain anonymous and watch the videos, I love that. I think that's perfect. It's your privacy. You are allowed to have it. And don't worry, I can't see. So if you do hit the like button, I can't see who you are. If you comment, then yes, I see your username, of course, but you also see that. But the like button, I have no idea. All right, so I just ask that you do that because it does help with my channel and the algorithm. When they see that people watch it and that they like it, they tend to push it out a little bit more, and that's the way that's the only way I can grow, right? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Okay. And I don't even see most subscribers either. So I don't even have any idea who most of my subscribers are unless you comment. Because not everyone, I think, has, I don't know what it is really. If you have a public, I don't know, like a public user profile. I really don't know how that works. But anyway, I don't even know all my subscribers. I think I can only see maybe 10 out of all the ones that I have because they have public. They're open publicly, I guess. I don't know a whole lot about that. But anyway, long story short, if you know someone else who needs to hear this message, then please pass it along to them because that may help them in some way in their life. Okay. And it will make you feel good that you've helped someone by being the conduit on behalf of Spirit to get that message out to them. So, Pile 3, thank you for hearing me out here. I appreciate your time. Regular viewers, hello. And I will see you in your next reading.